Alright guys, Sylrai here and welcome to another video. And in today's video I'm going to briefly talk about Byleth and the future DLC characters and what I kind of think who it's going to be, but I'm not going to be really giving predictions except for one character, or I guess you can say character. You'll find that soon enough. But let's get started with Byleth now. Byleth, with the reveal trailer, there's been a lot of controversy around the Smash community, whether or not they deserve to be in or not. Of course, the Smash community is known to not really or they don't prefer to have another Fire Emblem rep since there's so many. With Byleth, that makes 8 Fire Emblem characters. Now, of course, you do have Mario, who does have 9 characters represented. You also have Pokemon. But the thing is, people see Fire Emblem characters the same, I guess you can say, because they all have swords, right? The only really unique one, in my opinion, is Robin, since they have spells. But mostly, when the Smash community thinks about Fire Emblem, they think of swordies, basically, right? Now, I personally don't mind Byleth. I think they're a cool character. They look really fun. Do I think they look good? No, they're slow as hell. But I'm pretty sure, I'm positive I'll still enjoy Byleth no matter what. But yeah, the thing is, you're entitled to not like Byleth. I completely understand. If you're salty or disappointed, I will honestly listen to you. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't defend Byleth. I can defend Byleth, but I can also go against Byleth, if you know it. If you get me? Because as someone who doesn't mind Byleth, I still think it's weird that they ended the Fighters Pass with Byleth, because you had all these third-party characters and then you just ended with Byleth. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But the question I keep asking myself, and I kind of want to ask you guys, if this was a poor time to put Byleth in, then when will? Because you can't put Byleth as the first fighter because people won't buy the Fighters Pass. It's bad marketing. Nintendo was smart by revealing Joker first, and then Reggie was saying, this is just a taste of how the Fighters Pass will be. That was good marketing because that entitled people to buy the Fighters Pass. Excuse me. That's what happened to me, bro. When the Fighters Pass was initially announced, I was maybe I'll buy it, maybe I won't, I don't know, we'll see. Then Joker was revealed. I was like, oh hell yes, I'm buying this Fighters Pass. I won't yeah, I'll admit that, basically. But yeah, the whole situation with Byleth is just you either are hyped for Byleth or you're just disappointed. It's either or. Of course you're entitled, like I said before. I completely understand if you're disappointed, but there's a certain degree where it's too far, sending threats to the developers saying oh, you should be fired for putting this character on another Fire Emblem character. You should not develop this game. That's way too far. I don't agree with that. That's just childish. But yeah, overall, I don't mind Byleth. I think they're cool, but ending the Fighters Pass with Byleth is kind of weird. Not the best decision, but they had. I expected Byleth from the beginning, honestly, but it's just really hard for when to put Byleth in. You get me? Because if you put Byleth in the base roster, you'll still be hate. If you put Byleth in the first character as a DLC pack, people won't buy the Fighters Pass. If you put Byleth in the middle of the Fighters Pass, it will, I guess middle of the Fighters Pass would be better, but at the same time there's still gonna be hate. So it's complicated, right? But that's enough Byleth talk. I'll talk about more of Byleth when they actually come out, which is the 28th. So yeah. So let's get on with the next Fighters Pass Volume 2. There will be 6 more fighters. 6 instead of 5. That's a lot. And it said that all the fighters will be released by December 31st, 2021. So that is basically 2 years of Smash getting updates. Basically, we don't know if they will do updates between fighters like they did before, like with Joker and Hero. They did a balance patch between Joker and Hero. That would be nice, but it's not guaranteed. I don't believe we got a balance patch between Banjo and Terry. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure we haven't. But we definitely didn't get a balance patch between Terry and Byleth. So, yeah, it'll be nice to have a balance patch between fighters, but if there's not, then that's fine. But yeah, so characters are going to be buffed, characters are going to be nerfed, so can't wait to see that. As for predictions, I don't really have predictions except for one. I do predict we will get a Sword and Shield rep, like it or not. They have to promote the DLC expansion for Pokemon Sword and Shield, Out of the Armor and Crown Tundra. Now, for what Pokemon, I believe? I am not sure. I'm leaning towards more into Urshifu, but the problem with Urshifu is that they have two different forms, right? So maybe they can incorporate it into his moveset, like changing stance and how his playstyle will be. But I don't know, we'll see. But I'm like 80% sure that we'll get a Pokemon rep, another Pokemon basically. I'll put an image, like you'll probably see an image right on screen right now saying seeing what fighters I want or will be cool to see. Basically, most of these fighters will be cool to see to me, right? My most wanted character is Crash Bandicoot. Even then, if he doesn't get in, I'll still be happy with the roster. Now I'm gonna talk about whether you should buy the Fighters Pass or not. I'm personally, if you want to see hear my perspective on it, I'm personally going to buy the Fighters Pass day one because I just like new characters. I like my roster being big. In Smash 4, I didn't really buy DLC. So when I was playing Smash 4, I was kind of like, I got like disappointed, like looking at my roster and knowing that there's more fighters I can get right now. Like at that time, it kind of like it kind of disappointed me, right, myself. But that's why I'm buying the Fighters Pass. I just like more characters, honestly. Doesn't matter who it is. But yeah. Now, whether you should or shouldn't buy the Fighters Pass, if you have the same perspective as I do, I feel like you should buy the Fighters Pass. Just in the sense that you feel satisfied seeing the roster grow on your screen, basically, on your own game. I did see a lot of people on Twitter saying that I'm going to buy fighters individually now, ever since Byleth's reveal, because they were disappointed, obviously, which is a fair point, which is fair. If you feel like you're going to be disappointed by one of these fighters, then I feel like you should just buy fighters individually. If you like the fighter, if you like how they look, how they play, then buy the fighter individually. That's my best opinion on it. Yeah, overall, if you want to see your roster expand, buy the Fighters Pass. If you feel like you're going to be disappointed by one of the fighters, or you don't want to risk being disappointed by one of these fighters, then just buy the fighters separately. You're not entitled to buy the whole Fighters Pass, of course. But like I said, I like to see my roster grow, so I'm buying the Fighters Pass no matter what. Yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about, really. Put in the comments below, who do you want to see? Who's your most wanted character? If you already have your most wanted characters in Smash, then who do you would think would be cool to be added? Yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.